Great. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am a little behind, am I not? It's been that kind of morning. A gray, slow start. So if you find your playlist, if you like. Now the other option is that you use your own music and then all I need is a track at the end. And so if we can just sort of collectively find a moment that the track that we need is called Station by Lapsley. Lapsley. Right? And if you can find that song in whatever device you use, whatever music form you use, so if you use iTunes, if you use Amazon or YouTube or however it goes, what we want. If you're using my playlist, then go to vinyasa, play now, and we'll use the same list. I had a new setup, but I think what we're going to do is just keep it. But I do need for the end, Station by Lapsley, Lapsley. And I will get much better at putting the music out on Wednesday. So Wednesday will be the music update for Vinyasa. It's been very busy here. For now, we are starting at the opening. The opening. Type up if you have questions. Help each other out. That's the very best thing, is when I can see later in the thread that someone was helping someone else, like this is where it is and this is what we need. So if you're online, if you could just write up in the notes, Station by Lapsley, Lapsley. And as you come up, you can grab that. So right now we're starting at the opening, and you can let that begin. What we will need is your blanket, your mat, your strap, and your blocks. We'll start on our backs. Good morning, my loves. Thank you for waiting. Forgive my delay. As you lie down, you may find that you want to have a little bit of padding under your spine, under the backs of your hips, and then drawing your knees into your chest. Just a little bit side to side. Take your right leg long, your right hand overhead, reach it out long. Both feet are flexed, start there. And on your exhale, bring it in. Inhale, left hand overhead, left leg long. And bring it in. And we just start to move right here. Opening and closing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. With each exhalation, you're bringing your navel against your spine, like you were breathing out through your mouth. Right? And as you breathe out, the whole front wall of the abdomen gathers back towards the spine. And as we work here, we're just loosening the hips and, most importantly, activating this abdominal wall and the way in which the back body meets the front body. And that's our stability right there in the low belly. Take two legs overhead, 2 hands overhead, 2 legs long if you like. If not, you keep one hand, one leg at a time. Go 10 and go 9 and go 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put your feet flat, put your hands wide, close your eyes, and notice the sensation in the middle of your body. So we are putting down the foundation for the building of our practice. We're pouring the cement, we're clearing the way, and we're lighting the engine that starts down in the abdomen. This is where you digest your food. This is where you make sense of what you're taking in. It's how you digest your emotions. And so we are building the base. This time, knees up, left hand on right shin. So cross over your body, right hand overhead, and the left leg goes long. Feel that little cross. And then changing sides, the left knee comes in, hold with the right hand, right leg long, left hand overhead. And we change, and change, and change. Take your time. Your pace may be slower than my pace. Now you may stay with one hand on each shin. You may move more slowly, or you may go up a notch with your hand behind your head. Bring an elbow to a knee. Now we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees bend, feet flat, hands a little higher this time. And you're breathing down into the abdomen. And you're breathing deeply to fill through the ribs and up into the collarbones. Tap your feet, wag your tail. Tap your feet, wag your tail, loosening from the navel all the way through the pelvis and into the feet. One more breath. And then knees into your chest. Roll your way up and over. Fold your blanket front to back so that you have a padding for your knees. And then hands and knees. Perfect. On your exhalation, fold your seat back, settling in. On your inhalation, you rise up to hands and knees. And on your exhalation, you lengthen back. Inhaling, opening. Now the next time we go back, we will add an Om, A-U-M, A in the belly, U in the chest, M in the head. Inhale. We go Om. Bring it up. 2 more. One more, we go. Hands and knees, cat-cow. So rounding your back and releasing your chest. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. There's some consistency in the sequence of April, so that there are things you become more familiar with that I can then add onto, that we can build, so that the practice is never entirely new. So look for the places you already know and just slide into them. Turn your left thumb forward and turn your left fingers away, so that your hands keep going cat-cow, look like that. And then you may work there, or turn your left thumb left and your left fingertips turn back on the mat, so that the heels of your hands are in one line. The line is under the heads of your shoulders, and you can move through the spine, right from the center of your left palm. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Ha. So that you are going through the fingers, the forearm, the eye of your left elbow, the left collarbone, throat, jaw, cheek, and down the left side of your back through the kidney. 3, 2, and turn your left hand forward. Turn your right thumb forward now, and your right fingers turn away. Work there, trying to lightly draw your hands apart, or turn your right fingertips back. so that the right fingers point back towards your right thigh. Your right thumb turns away. And as you keep moving, you're opening right fingers, right wrist, right forearm, the eye of your elbow, right collarbone, into the throat, and down the back. One more. Perfect. Fingers turn forward. Child's pose for a moment. Unweight your hands and then make fists and release. Roll your wrists in and out. And hands down. Weight is on the base of your thumbs and the base of your first finger knuckles. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and have a very soft dog. So the knees are soft, the heels are up. And look mostly to press your hands down and away, dropping your head. The first dogs, we're just taking the legs out of the equation, really. Base of the thumb, base of the first finger. So your forearms roll towards each other. And now your upper arms roll away from each other. And now with that, lengthen the back of your neck. Thumbs roll down, forearms roll in. Upper arms roll away from each other. Upper arms roll out. Feel that space in the arms and in the chest. And then the left heel toward the floor, the right heel floating high, pressing down and away. Let your right knee be bent. And just stay for 3. Drop the head, turn to the chin, loosen the jaw. And you are just lengthening from the back of your left hip to the back of your left heel. It is the very beginning, so be kind, be slow, be patient, and change sides. Right foot down, knee soft, left heel high. From your heart, reach into the base of your thumbs. Forearms roll in, upper arms roll away. Left knee is softly bent, and allow your right heel to descend. You're opening the back of your thigh, the back of your calf, the length of your foot. Release the back of your neck. Good, good, good. And the left foot comes down. So looking forward, the right foot, we're going to cross-reference again. The right foot steps to the left thumb. Your left foot goes a little to the right. So we have a cross. Right? Step your left foot up behind the right. There we go. Set your feet in parallel. So the inner arches of your feet are parallel with one another. And you could fit a fist between your feet. There's your cross. Palms together. Bring your forearms together and release as you come up and open. Palms together, bring your elbows together, bring it down, and fold into the legs. If you need your blocks under your hands here, set it up. Lift halfway. Left foot steps back to the right corner. Find that cross. And your left knee down to the blanket. Inhale, sweeping up. And then exhale, setting down. Inhale, step the right foot back. So now your right thigh is crossed in front of your left thigh. High plank. Just bring your heart forward. And then press it back. Down dog. Your left foot will come from behind to the right thumb. Cross. Right knee down, hands high. Inhale up. Opening. 2 hands down. Step your right foot up behind the left. And fold. Rinse. Palms together, elbows together. And at the top, when you can't, you let it out. Let's go. Palms together, elbows together. Fold down. Lift halfway to lengthen. Step your right foot back to the left corner. Right knee down, hands wide. Reach up. And then fold down. Left foot steps back. Inhale. High plank. Look forward. Exhale. Inhale. Hips back. And the right foot steps to the left thumb. And the left knee down and hands up high. Inhale up. And sweep wide and fold down. Step the left foot behind the right. Fold in. Palms together, elbows together, reaching up, let it out. And gather it back in. Palms together, elbows together, fold down. Lift halfway. Left foot steps back, left knee down, 2 hands wide. Inhale, follow your breath. And exhale, fold. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, plank, pulling forward. Inhale, down dog. Left foot steps to your right thumb. Right knee down behind you. Inhale, up, open. And then sweep wide. And step your right behind your left. Lift halfway. And fold. There isn't a day that I don't find some version of this. Palms together, elbows together. Bring it up, bring it open. Scissor your thighs. And bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Lift halfway. Your right foot steps back. Your right knee down. Inhale, up, open. Now stay here. Your left hand will catch your right wrist. And come up a beat and bend your left knee. So my left foot is still towards the right corner. I still have a little bit of a cross in my feet and my legs. And my left hand is holding my right wrist. And slowly now bend into the left knee. And slowly now go a little to the left. Press your right toes down. And allow your right hip to open. Allow your right shoulder to open. Allow your right lung to open. Draw your front heel towards your back knee. And then let it out. And step your left foot back. Cross leg. Dog. High plank. Bring it forward. Down dog. Set it back. Your right foot will step to your left thumb. Your left knee, your back knee comes down, hands high. Right hand to catch the left wrist, come up. Really extending your right arm, open the left shoulder, and begin to bend the front knee. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bend. Then you're making space from your left kneecap through your hip, through your shoulder, and out your left palm. Inhale as you come up and out a little bit, and exhale as you bend. Go one more time, we're going to float up. And as you slowly bend your right knee, your hands go to the right. Press your left toes down, open the left side hip, open the left side shoulder. And 2 hands wide and down. We will step back and uncross. Downward facing dog. Knees are soft. The thumbs down, the inner arms rolling, the forearms rolling in, the upper arms rolling away. Space through the shoulder girdle, soft in the knees. Your right foot steps to your right hand, and your left knee comes down. Widening through the hands. So your hands are going to step off the mat wide. And your thumbs are in line with your first finger. You spin your thumbs a little forward and you put the left top of foot flat. And stay a beat. If you don't reach the floor, you put a block under your hands, but your hands are wide. Your hands are wide. Stand it up as tall as it needs to be. Right? And then you bring your hands up high. Straighten your front leg halfway. Come out of that hip crease. Back foot is flat. Softly bend your front knee. Widen your hands ever so slightly and drop your shoulders down your back. And begin to bend the right knee. Drawing your right heel back towards your knee. Your left knee forward towards your front heel. And lightly lift the gaze. I want you to imagine that there's an egg, and the base of the egg is in the notch of your throat, and the top of the egg is in the roof of your mouth. Make space for it. And then sweep wide, set it down, downward facing dog.
Plant your right hand in your right foot and let your left heel again float high, soft bend in the knee, and press down and away through the hands. Starting to feel the right hip change. Straighten and bend your left as you need to. That will make space through everything. And the left foot will step up, and the right knee will come down. And you put the right foot flat, and you widen your hands with your thumbs pointing forward. So your pubic bone is drawing forward, so that your heart is drawing forward, so that your gaze is drawing forward. If it's too far, you're up on blocks. And you're allowing the right hip to open. You're allowing the left hip to crease. And that's changing the front surface of your body, broadening your collarbone. Sweep your hands wide, high, rise up, straightening that front leg halfway. Palms face each other and a little wider like a V, and begin to bend your front knee. Press the top of your right foot down. Draw your front heel towards your back knee. Lift your gaze so slightly and find that egg. The base of the egg at the collarbones, the peak of the egg in the roof of your mouth. Shoulders down the back, keep making space, keep loosening your jaw, your neck. And then two hands come downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot back. Let your left foot come flat. Your right heel floats high. The base of your left thumb, right thumb down into the floor. Outer shoulders roll back. Space through the chest. Soft bend and straighten in the right knee. Length and life through that back foot. Right? And your right foot steps up. Keep the back knee off the floor and stay on the ball of your foot. A little forward, a little back. Stack your blocks just up ahead of your left hand. We'll use them in a moment. And as you send your hips back, if that's not possible, this is a great place to add the blocks right under your shoulders. So we're going to bend the front knee, drop the left knee, and two hands up, rinse it out. So putting it all together, hands down, exhaling, back knee up, hips go back, fold forward, inhale. Exhale, left knee down, inhale, two hands high. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, hips back. One more time, knee down, hands up high. And two hands down, lift your left knee. Now stay. And find length from your left heel to your left toes. Scissoring your thighs, the left hip coming forward, the right hip going back. Left hand stays on the block. Right hand high. Before we go, step your back foot softly in and your left heel to the floor. Now the left hand stays down and the right hand can come up. If you need more, you're going to stack the second block on the first. Right hand high, hips back. Sweep your right hand back towards your hips, looking down. Sweep your right hand up, over, looking up. And again, down, root into the back heel as you can, lifting the left thigh, lift up, look over. One more time, your right hand back, your gaze down, and then your right hand high to stay. So that you're opening left hand, left shoulder, right hand. And bend your right knee, right hand to right thigh, cartwheel, open warrior two. I'm going to turn so you can see the front of me. Right? Straighten the front leg, inhale, bring it up. And then exhale, bend your front knee, sweep wide. Rinse it out, bring it up. And exhale, bend your right knee. Last time, flip. And warrior two, palms face the floor, right knee bends. Right elbow, right thigh, left hand overhead. Plant your left heel and stay strong. Allowing your left hip to open, your right knee to bend. And then reversing warrior two.
Drop your left hand down, your right hand high and straighten the front leg. A little wag of the tail, a little wag of the shoulders. And warrior two, bend your elbow. A little deeper in, elbow to thigh, up and over. Up and over. And warrior two, last time, keeping the front knee bent, reverse, reverse, turn your heart. A little deeper bend in your right knee, heart up, chest broad, and then straightening your right leg. Your right hand comes down to those blocks on the inner thigh, and your left hand comes high. So your right hand is directly underneath your right shoulder. Your left hand is directly over your right hand. And if you can reach the floor, but you're still using the blocks, what that does is it gives you space so that your tail isn't back, but you're drawing your tail right between your heels. And as your tail comes in alignment, your spine is in alignment, your collarbones are broad, turn your left palm, and then begin to reach overhead. And slowly open a little further into the left heel. And upright. Turn, pivot on your feet, put your blocks to the left foot and your fingers to the front. So your hands walk out and your seat leans back and you float through the fingertips, float through the elbows, float through the armpits, and lengthen from the backs of your thighs into the center of your heels. And center. Walk your hands under your shoulders and put a little bend in each side. So bending the left knee and then bending the right knee. Bending the left knee and bending the right knee. Put a bend in your right knee, right elbow, right thigh, and the left outer foot to the floor. Tail is back. The back of your neck is long. Can you find that sensation of the egg? The base of the egg at the notch of your throat, the top of the egg in the roof of your mouth, and from there reach through your spine into your seat and then into your feet. And change. It's with this idea of the egg, left elbow, left thigh, that we begin to feel how the collarbones and the neck and the throat are related to the legs. So again, find the notch of your throat, lengthen the back of your neck. Feel the peak of the egg in the roof of your mouth and the space that gives you. And from there, down the spine to the seat. From that egg, all the way from the seat into the feet. And I can't see you, so if that's feeling crazy, just center, little side to side. We go with it. Walk your hands to the left foot. Bring your right knee down, put your blocks on either side if you need to, a little extra height. Back toes stay under, inhale, we rinse it out. And then exhale, hands down. Inhale, hips up, folding into the left thigh. Knee down, hands high, inhale, bring it up. So this repetition is useful to build a little familiarity, to come at the same spots from different angles. To say the same thing again and again, but in new ways, means we may actually understand what we're saying by the time we're done. One more, knee down, hands high. And then two hands down, hips up, to stay. To stay. Find the egg, the base of the throat, the roof of the mouth. Find exactly the same length through the back of your neck, from the base of your skull to the tops of your shoulders. Let that through your spine. Square your hips. Fold your way in. Just lift halfway, lengthening, squaring, and folding down. We're looking to find the clarity of our legs, our foundation. Lifting up, a little hop forward and bringing your right heel to the floor. Right hand will stay on the block. If you like, 2 blocks. Left hand high. So what will happen is the temptation of unplugging your right heel, and instead use your right hand to plug into your left heel. And then drop your left hand to your hips, looking down. Adjust as you need to, so that you can sweep the left hand high up
over, scissor the thighs. And then sweep wide and down. Press into your feet. And from the feet, lengthen through the spine as you continue to just wash out the whole left side. One more time. And the left hand high, bring it up and pause. Left palm faces forward. Spin the navel, spin the spine, spin the gaze. Right leg is strong. Collarbones soft. And looking down. Soften the left knee, stack both blocks inside the left foot, and go wide to warrior two. Perfect. Straighten your front leg, palms together, rinse it out. When we have this opportunity to move, to breathe with the movement, we can begin to find some current, right? Current the way that current runs through a lamp and into the light bulb. Stay. That way when we pause, the current continues through us. Left elbow, elbow to thigh, right hand over. And over and over and over. Open your right hip all the way down to your right heel. And from there, the shoulder opens and changes, the gaze turns up. And warrior two, bring it back. Strong in the feet. Reverse, right hand down, left hand comes up. Straighten the left leg. And sweep wide. Elbow to thigh, sweep over. And return, warrior two. And reverse. Bend your left knee and find your reverse warrior. Let it turn your heart, lifting the right thigh up into your hand. Find the base of the throat, the roof of the mouth, find the back of the neck. And then straighten the left leg. Keep that upper body, left hand down to the blocks. Right underneath your shoulder, adjust your blocks as you need to. And the right hand comes high. So I could take my hand to the floor. It's not about deepening into my left hip. It's giving my left hip enough space so that my collarbones are broad and my spine is long. If you find that your tail is tipped back behind your heels, press down. You can stand your block up higher, get more space, and then bring your heels in line with your hips and your hips in line with your heel. And now we can slowly take the right hand over. Right palm turns towards the floor, right over the foot. And that opens the outer edge of the right hip, the right side of the diaphragm, the right outer ankle. Look up underneath the shoulder. And right hand down. Set the blocks forward. And step back, downward facing dog. A wag of the tail. A wag of the tail. A little bend in the knees. You knew you were waiting for it, right? Bigger bend in the knees, bigger bend in the knees, and then press into your plank. Bend the knees, pull it back, and press into plank. And bend and press. Inhale as you pull into plank. Exhale as you go back. Inhale and exhale. Press the pads of your fingers into the floor like you are a bird landing on a branch. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Right foot steps up outside of your right hand. Turn your toe on the mat and your toe off the mat so that your toes are pointed to 2 o'clock. Take a block and put it underneath your left hand and point it out to 10 o'clock. And keep your left toes tucked under. And begin a big circle through the right side body. A big circle. Now let your hips rise and fall so that that circle seems to be driven from the right front heel. For 3. Good. For 2. And for 1. Keep your right knee bent, keep your right hand over your shoulder. A little forward and back with the right knee, keeping everything else the same. A little forward and back, letting the outer hip reach all the way to the outer shoulder. And then right knee bends.
And the right hand comes down. We're going to take the second block. Lift your left knee and set the block on its side or on its tail, depending on how high your back thigh is. It's just above your right knee. So you're on the meat of your right thigh. Perfect. Right hand now on your right thigh. Turn to look over the right shoulder and then up into the ceiling. And then from up into the ceiling, a little forward, a little forward. Bring your weight into the ball of your right front foot and the ball of the left foot behind you. Back foot is on the floor. Press your right knee softly away. And broaden your collarbones right out of your hips into your thighs. A little bit of a back bend. Little bit of a back bend. Left toes down. You're opening the left hip all the way into that egg at the base of the throat through the roof of the mouth. And then chin to the right shoulder. Setting it down. Right hand down, left hand down, downward facing dog. Set that back block by your right hand so you can use it in a moment. Right hand, right heel toward the floor, right hand press away. And I know that as I build this experience through my arms and my legs, there's a clarification. I become more certain, and in the certainty, in the sensation of certainty, I start to shift my vocabulary. I start to shift the way I would describe today. Left foot steps up outside of your left hand. Heel in, toe out. So your toes are pointing to 10 o'clock. You may bring your right knee to the floor. I'll spin to the back so you can see. And then the right hand on the block turning to 2 o'clock. And the back toes are tucked under. And this is where we start out with a big reverse circle, letting your hips rise and fall. Starting to put all of the joints into a relationship with one another. How the knee, the hip, the shoulder, the hand, the head, even into the ankles. And how those joints, those folds begin to open the planes of the abdomen, the chest, and the back. And then the left arm stays behind, right beside your ear. And let your front knee bend and straighten. Let your front knee bend and straighten. One more time. And then with the left knee bent, looking up underneath your armpits, stay a beat. Now you may work right here, or we will add on by taking the block, lifting your back knee, and stand the block. It may be on its side, but because my legs are longer and the lift of my hips is a little more, I want to put it on the tail. And then my right thigh is resting. There's a temptation. See how my foot could float? I anchor the ball of my right foot onto the floor. I rest my thigh. It opens the right hip. My left hand is on my left thigh. I bring my attention into the ball of my left foot. So the ball of the back foot, ball of the left foot. And now we begin to revolve. The pubic bone right in the center. Lift your gaze over your right shoulder. Keep adjusting on that block behind you. And then looking up and over to look so slightly forward to broaden the collarbones to find an upward facing dog through the chest. Your left hand holding your left thigh. Take it away. Ha. So the left knee is moving away from the center line. The right hand is revolving your spine. You're looking up and a little bit back. Press your right toes behind you and roll your good way down. Left hand to the floor. Left foot steps back. Set both blocks into the front. Downward facing dog. Ha. Whew.
Left hand, a little more attention into the thumb and the base of the first finger. Left heel, a little more attention into the floor. Running that movement all through the left side body. One more breath. Widen your feet. Step both feet to the left. Step your left foot behind your right. And bring your knees down to the center line of your blanket. Feet flat. Cat-cow. You're just going to roll it out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So you're moving all the stagnation of the outer hips. And the reason for all the work in the legs here, if we are looking to clarify our vocabulary, if we're looking to change the way we describe our circumstances, which is the work of the fifth center at the throat, which is what we've been doing in Kundalini all month, pause neutral. You're going to make a circle with your seat. As crazy as that is, you're going to make a circle. And when we're online, no one can see you. And then you're going to quicken that circle. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Ursula, I'm on your side, man. Go. 3, 2, reverse. Right? Ha! The reverse direction is a crazy situation. Go one more. And tuck your toes in down dog. You will take your left foot from behind and step it in front of your right thigh. And the knees down. And the cat-cow. So what is unfinished? Emotions that are unfamiliar are more difficult to process. And emotions that are unprocessed are called amma. And they exist in the thighs and in the outer hips. Right now, I know I'm experiencing this crazy quality of grief for a future I thought was coming, but it's not. For a way that things used to be, but they're not. A crazy amount of grief to see my family and my friends and my students and my space circle. And it's as though right now you are clearing that out of your seat. You're letting yourself be super unfamiliar in these movements. Because if we can get it out of the legs, then when we open the chest, there will be this really profound clarity. Reverse your circle. Go where you can. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, uncross, and feel quiet of your legs. The base of your big toes, the base of your little toes, inner heel, outer heel, hips high, thighs back, body long. Walk your feet behind your wrists. Knees are soft. Walk your fingertips forward, your seat a little bit back. And this is where we'll add the strap. Walk your hands up your body, strap in hand. Unfold. Unfold, 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 unfold. Weight into your heels. Let it settle. Let it drain through you. Send your thighs back as you lift your toes. Toes up, heels down. Try to spin your toes in and your heels out, your thighs back. Let the legs adjust. Good. Shake it out. Might be a wholly new sensation in your legs. Might be wholly new tomorrow. Taking your strap, you'll open it to a hip, to a shoulder distance. We'll just start with the hands wide enough. The strap is quite wide and I can go up and over the shoulders without using my eyebrows, without crunching up, without having to do one shoulder and then the other shoulder. If that's happening, let your strap be wider. And we're using that to just lift and open the front body. Toes are up, heels are down, thighs are opening.
Feel the way in which the front surface of your thighs and the front surface of your body are related. One more we go. One more we go. And then taking the strap back behind you. Pause tall. You're going to wrap the strap closer so you're about hip distance and the palms are facing away from you. The thumbs point towards each other. Palms point back. Now, roll your outer arms back, hard up, chin lightly in. Bring your feet to be hip distance apart. Heels down, hard up, arms firm. Toes up, hard up, chin in. Lengthen your legs, broaden your chest. And slowly lower your toes. Okay? Bend in the knees, just like our kundalini sequence. Set your seat back. Sit back more. A little buoyant, little bounce. Good. And then hips up, hands overhead, hips high, folding in.
Take it all the way through your body. So this is why we needed to lengthen our legs. Hands down, sitting down, hard up.
Inhale, we're going to breathe. Sit down. Inhale, fold over.
Exhale, sit down, hands down.
Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, fold over.
Exhale, sit down.
Inhale, rise. Two more, sit. Inhale, fold.
Exhale, sit.
Inhale, stand. One more and we stay, sitting down. Folding over, hands overhead.
The hands go no further than the height of the shoulders. And a little bit side to side. A little bit side to side. And as you go side to side, one shoulder opens and then the other. The back of the neck becomes long. The back of the body begins to lengthen, heel to toe, heel to toe. Feel the length from your heel through the arch of your foot to the tips of your toes. Good, good, good. Bring your strap down. Bring your seat down.
All the way up. So we come back into the abdomen, into the fire. Right? Legs go long, hands come high. We know this transition. We've done it the last 2 weeks. Feet flex, as you can see. Keep one strap. We're going to put a block back by the chest so you can reach that in 2 moments. Then as you float your chest back, your heels rise and you find Ardha Navasana, half boat. That's your breath out. Heels down, hands up high. That's your breath in. We let it move. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay. Okay, palms together. You may stay here or bending your knees. Draw your knees towards your shoulders. And then straight. And knees to shoulders. And then straight. We're going 5 and straight. And 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2. 1. Take it out long. Hold your shins and rock to a seat, knees bent. Plant your hands behind you. And pause and lift your chest up off of your navel. As you breathe in, close your eyes and bring your breath down into your abdomen, down into all that fire. And exhale, empty it out. Inhale, breathe down into the abdomen. Feel the heat, feel the light. And breathing out, navel to spine. Good, good, good. Feet flat, elbows a little bent behind you, hands flat. You'll let your knees fall open and you'll find your outer feet are on the floor, but your inner feet are not. So bring your feet flat, bring your inner knees to squeeze your inner knees together. So inhale, outer feet wider,
Exhale, feet flat, knees in, press. Heart up. Inhale, open. Exhale, feet flat, press, heart higher. One more, inhale, open. And exhale, feet flat, squeeze the knees, and then find the knees at hip distance. Lift your hips. Lift your hips. So bring the base of your big toe down, the inner heel down. That little bit of a squeeze with the thighs rolls your inner hips forward. A little forward, a bend to the elbows, a little back. Be wise with your shoulders. Little bend, little back, up an inch. A little forward, a little back, up an inch. A little forward, a little back, up an inch. So see how your feet, the weight tends to fall into the outer feet. What we did before, wrap the inner feet down, inner feet, thighs towards each other. That will lift you up. We'll stay 5. Maybe the chin points towards your knees, or maybe the chin and the forehead are one line. Inner feet down, like you are bringing your knees together. Hands down, lengthen from your throat to the roof of your mouth. Find that egg 3. Legs are strong. Tailbone draws towards your knees. 2. Open the chest. Tuck your chin now. Bend your elbows. Seat comes forward. Stay. Bend your elbows back. Tuck your chin. Lengthen the back body. Go 3. Go 2. And come upright. The legs go long. Take your time. Bring it up. And then palms together at the center of your chest. Inhale, up, open. Exhale, down out the mouth. Ha. Inhale, nose, hands wide. Exhale with a ha. We do 10. Ha. 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 Ha, ha, Ardha Navasana, flow back. Hands high, heart high, inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. So we're activating the shoulders, the chest, the space around us. We're clarifying both our voice and our body. Rise up. You know we're going to pause, stay 3. Stay 2. The knees bend, feet down, and pause. Take your hands overhead or out to the side. Calling the energy of the abdomen up and through you, lifting the frequency of your thinking. Notice if you've fallen into the outer edges of your feet. And again, bring the feet flat and bring your inner knees towards each other, even if they don't reach. Find the inner heel and the ball of your big toe and lengthen the abdomen. Let the chest float and the collarbones wide. And right here in this posture, take your hands wide out to the side and turn your palm face down. So your thumbs point towards the tips of your toes. Your shoulder, your elbow, and your hands are in one line, and your palm is flat to the floor. Both sides. Left hand wide, left palm down. Right hand wide, right thumb, right palm down. Now give it a little bit of pressure into the thumb. So your right forearm rolls down like down dog. And then your upper arm, just like dog, rolls back. Right thumb down, upper arm back and down. Left thumb down, left forearm rolling forward towards your toes. The upper arm, the back of your left upper arm rolls down into the floor. Feel that spin. And then find the egg at the base of your throat. And the point of the egg in the roof of your mouth. And take all your effort to half, feet flat. Hands flat. When the energy of the 5th center here at the throat, which was related to the shoulders, the chest, the upper back, and the hands, It's the way we communicate. So if we're super overbearing, many times people who are overbearing can't even hear when you give them feedback about maybe you could dial it back. Let the back of your head be heavy. Let the throat space open. Let your hands and your feet be solid into the floor. If we're too timid and that space is really closed up, we can't speak our mind, not even to ourselves, and it's difficult to take action and hear compliments and understand our own true success. Right? So what we've made in the body right now is ready to balance all of it. Release your hands, shake it out. Shake out your feet. We're going to add the block. If you have sandbags and if you are interested, then email me and I will send you a picture of the last step of this, because I've been doing it for 5 minutes at a time this week. Sandbags over the shoulders, block, the whole setup. And it's just remarkable. It's really healing a lot of issues in the pelvis that I've had for a long time. So here we go. Down into your bridge. Have a block in one hand. Knees bent, feet flat. Reach so that you can just touch the heels with your middle finger. Tuck a shoulder, tuck another, feet flat. So first option, the block will be flat on its back. The second option, the block will be on its side across. The third option, it stands on its tail and it goes lengthwise. So lifting your hips, shoulders down. Option 1, the block is flat and across, right under the sacrum. Perfect. And you stay. Inner knees falling towards each other, inner thighs wrapping forward, heart rolls up, and your palms go out and flat to the floor. Maybe we all find it just for a moment to find that sensation. So the pelvis starts to open. Okay? Second step, you would come onto the side. That will make a little more length from the diaphragm to the knees. You're not looking for a huge jacking stretch. You're looking for the feet to feel heavy and flat, the arms to feel heavy and flat, the back of the body to be supportive, and the front of the body to be encouraged to release. The inner knees are falling towards each other, the base of the big toe, the inner heel, all going down, and the egg at the base of your throat and the peak in the roof of your mouth opening. It is subtle. Stay if this is your plan. We're going to go 1 more minute, so wherever you are, you'll have plenty of time. If you're standing, see how I had to widen my knees to lift it up? Once you're settled, heels a little wider than toes, inner thighs falling down, tuck the shoulders, arms wide, palms down into the floor. Hands are in line with your shoulders, thumbs pointing in the same direction as your toes. Bring your thumb down wherever it is. Both thumbs into the floor, inner arms toward the floor, upper arms back. They're the arms of the dog. You're stabilizing the shoulder girdle, you're stabilizing the pelvis with the feet, and you're making space. And that space through the navel and the abdomen will translate into space through the chest. Close your eyes. Find the egg, the base of the throat, the roof of the mouth. Soften the skin around your eyes. Soften the effort of your spine. Rest in the shoulders. Rest in the feet. Rest your inner thighs towards one another. And as they fall towards each other, allow the front body to lengthen. Allow the back of the shoulders to drop. Allow the spine to soften. Keep dropping in. May our words be at ease, without haste and without hate. Let it out of your body. The shoulders changing, the disappointment, the despair, the unfinished grief, Let it drain into the floor. Feet are heavy. If it's too much, take your block down a notch. If the block is too much, get rid of the block. Do it flat on the floor. 20 seconds. Opening the body to become a better listener. To hear the great gift of the world around you. Opening ourselves internally to find the words we are here to share today. Our words are how we construct our home. All homes, relationships, spaces, business agreements, family. Change your vocabulary here. Bring your hands to the block, stand in your feet, hips up, block aside, roll down, hands on thighs, and be still. May we be ever attentive to our words, whatever we post, whatever we email, whatever we say. That in this time, words are what we can exchange with one another most clearly, most intimately. And if we polish ourselves internally, removing what's stuck or caught or old, we have new words to offer for a new context, and it is priceless. As we console ourselves and one another, may our words reveal to us that there is more support, more at hand, more safety, more health, more resilience, more consolation, more freedom, more light. And we'll let it into the low body. Draw your right knee into your chest. And releasing, cross your right knee over your left knee and put the cross of your legs at the center line, and then draw both knees in, holding the fronts of your knees or the middle of your shins. Lift your head and shoulders. Start to widen your feet. For some of us, this is simple. Julia, if you're watching, go to your outer feet. D, find your outer feet. Flex your feet. Draw your heels, Moira, in line with your knees, and now reach your seat away wherever you've gone. Build the base. Press your feet into your hands. Press your shins into your hands wherever you are, and see if you can begin to bring your head and shoulders back, and down to the floor. It's mighty. She's mighty. You're big. You're ready. Go 3. Get it all out. Go 2. Hi. Suki's here to help us. And put it down. So we're going to take the left foot high down to the floor and cross your left heel behind your right hip and catch the top of your foot and let the outer left knee drop to the floor. Adjust, find the outer left hip, your left hand to your right knee, bring it in. And now press into the front of your left thigh. Out of the jaw, loves, out of the jaw. Turn your head side to side. Let your right knee wash side to side. Don't go anywhere else. I know there's more. Just stay here for a beat. So your outer left hip is on the floor. Your outer left knee is on the floor. Your right hand is holding the top of your left foot. And your right knee is free. Stay. You'll take all of it and drop your left elbow to the floor. And your right knee comes along, resting your right knee in your left palm. That may be great. Send your left hip forward. Keep it open to the knee. Or slide your left hand down your right shin and catch your outer right foot and extend it out, unless you're running into the wall, as I am. And we turn for 2. Good. Always emptying out through the feet, through the legs, creating grounding and safety. Bend your right knee, feet back to the floor. Stamp out your feet. Shake out your feet. Wag your tail. Draw your left knee to your chest, interlace your fingers, bring it in. Cross your left knee over your right. And then draw your knees in. So step 1, hands on shins, fronts of knees. Awesome. Great. Lengthen your low back and soften your inner thighs. Step 2, you would bring your hands a little further down the shins, starting to draw your heels a little higher, but keeping your low back on the floor. Lift your head and shoulders going further. Draw your heels in line with your knees as you can. I am not capable of this very often. And then finding your outer feet, you flex your feet, you press your feet into your hands. You lower your head and shoulders to the floor, and you stay where you are. Low back is long, go 3. Rinse, a last rinse through the legs, go 2. And hands down. So now you're coming onto the right outer thigh. Bring your right heel behind your left hip and let your right outer thigh drop to the floor. Lift your hips and come onto the outer right hip. And your right hand holds your left knee the way we warmed up. Press your right hip forward and open the right quadricep, even pressing your right foot into your hand. And let your left knee go side to side. Loosen the jaw. Feel how related this is to your mouth, to your lips, to your tongue, to your throat. Keep shaking out wherever you need to go. And then the right elbow comes down to the floor and you rest your left knee in your right hand. Or slide your right hand down to your outer left foot and extend, pressing and rest in your right elbow. Press your right knee straight down the center line. Press your left heel across the body and look to the left shoulder, go 3. Keep the shoulder blades broad, collarbones broad, and into the middle. Knees bent, feet flat. Hips center, and then the legs go out long. Shake out your feet side to side and your knees up and down. Feet side to side, knees up and down. One more, feet, knees, tail, hands. Awesome. Build fish. Matsuyasana, so the feet bend. Lift your hips, palms face down. Last place to go. Lift your chest, walk your elbows in, your heart up. So the elbows are as close as they can be. You're looking through your knees, your feet are flat, your heart is high. You're resting on your elbows, you're sitting on your hands. Walk your legs out long, heart comes higher. Find the balls of your feet like you were standing on tiptoe and reach into the balls of your feet. Broaden your collarbones, find the egg, the base of the egg at the notch of your throat. The top of the egg finds the roof of your mouth. Let the egg grow larger. And let the egg grow larger. Let the teeth separate. Let the lips come apart. Let the head drop back if it works for your neck. Elbows down, chest broad, heart high like you're suspended from the ceiling. All the way into the balls of your feet and the tips of your toes. Keeping that, flex your feet. The crown of your head drops towards the floor. Press into the balls of your feet. The heart comes up. We do that. 3 and press. Feet flex and press and flex and stay. Tuck of the chin. Elbows widen. Knees bend. Body descends. A block between your thighs. Knees to the chest. Squeeze the block. Squeeze the block. Lengthen your low back. Stabilize the center. Hands wide, feet down. Lift your hips. Come onto your outer right hip. Bring your knees up and go to the right. Simple turn. Right hand to your left outer thigh. Left palm down into the floor, straight out of the left shoulder. Just like our bridge. And turn left. Internalizing. Taking with us what we've made. Realizing that the way we describe our experience is the experience we will have. So to change our experience, we have to change the sensation that we're describing into the center, please. Hips up to center. Hips up and over to the right. You're on your outer left hip. Bring your feet, heels in line with your knees. Holding the block, go to the left. Left hand on your right outer thigh. Right hand wide, right palm down. So soften the surface of your face. Soften the abdomen. Soften through the length of your spine. And now consider, how would you describe your circumstances? Soften your face. Remove hurry. Remove aggression. And deepen your breath. Now, how would we describe this? This is how we change our vocabulary. To the middle. Feet down. Block aside. Hands to the body. If that was a lot through your low back, you take the block, you set it between your thighs, you walk your feet a step forward, widen your heels as your thighs fall in and rest on the block until your low back lets go and you can find your Shavasana, or walk your legs out long. If you need a blanket, a cover, if instead of Shavasana you would prefer a seated meditation, bring yourself up and build your seat. So take a moment now to sort yourself. You can pause your playlist wherever you are. We'll use it one more time to finish. Just give us 5 minutes on the floor. Adding the hint of a smile to your expression.
Deepening your breathing. Softening your face. Loosening your lips and your tongue. That from this moment, from this great sense of release and ability, you could add the hint of a smile into all your words, into all your exchanges, outward and inward. Start there, hands overhead. And gracefully rolling onto the right side body. Pausing on the right side body to reinflate the back body, feeling the ribs float open. And then up into a cross-legged seat, sitting tall. As you arrive in your cross-legged seat, this is when we need station. So find that song. I'll give you a minute to get it ready. We'll be seated on the edge of your blanket. So give yourself a little bit of a lift. I love to take my blanket or my wrap and put it around my hips at the end of practice. It keeps the heat in. It helps my seat to stay really pliable after a practice. So you're seated on the edge of your blanket, or you're on the edge of a chair even. You're finding your song. We have Station by Lapsley. We're going to press play. See if we can all do this together. If it doesn't work out, we're all good. And begin with sweeping over. So Amma exists in the legs and the thighs. But the residue, close your eyes, of all our emotions is in the chest, in the breath. I'm giving you a moment, 3 minutes, to grieve. Open your shoulders. We're just getting ready. But know that this is a moment of release. For all the ways we thought it would be. Sitting tall, your palms face open side by side. You'll turn your palms down and press away, just like we were on the floor. To open, to press, to open, press, go. Eyes closed, opening and pressing. Empty the lungs, empty the back of the neck, and cry. Or cry out, or just feel. Eyes closed. You can quicken. Go. For our friends and families, for the things we can't control right now, you feel. Don't hold it. Out of the breath, out of the body, out of the hands, out of the throat, out of your words. Become clear so that if we feel this, if we can grieve right now, our words will be different later, without a bitter edge. Our listening will be full and supportive. 3, 2, 1. Hands in prayer. Sweep wide, reach high, inhale up. Hands come down. Next time we will do an Om 3 times in. A in the belly, U in the chest, M in the head. Inhale, up, open. Inhale. One more. Thumbs to the forehead center. The light within me sees the light within you. So we say, Namaste. Have a wonderful Saturday afternoon, my loves. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for Kundalini. So the Kundalini set is very much in the arms. And that's part of the reason that the vinyasa set is down in the legs, but we're building a quality of the legs that opens the chest. They go together. I'm building us a home online. This practice I will be online every day. My goal is for a year. The consistency is what matters. If you're not on my newsletter, that's a great way to keep up with where it's going to be and what form it will take. It's on my website, marthamcalpin.com. If you keep tuning in, I will absolutely tell you. But I want you to know that going forward, the Kundalini will be there Monday through Friday at noon. You can replay it anytime. And then going forward, we'll have a vinyasa and we'll have our Sunday morning gathering. It will be available for replay. It will be easy to access. There will be playlists posted that you can build in your player, not just in my Spotify. If we need to, please let me know if I should shorten Saturday instead of 90 minutes, which is a really nice big bucket for me to play in. But if it needs to be an hour because we're at home and 90 minutes is difficult, please let me know. Put it in the notes, put it in your comments, send me an email. Now is the time to shape what we want together. I will offer energetics during the week within the Kundalini. And then I will offer vinyasa that you can use anytime during the month that supports those energetics. And so this is the way in which our practice will grow and sustain us. And it will be there online for you every day, even after the studio is open. I will be here with you. I will see you tomorrow.